welcome back to the channel. It's Toast, or ya boy. Uh, Today's video is a little different. It's not going to be a tutorial video, it's just more about why I like Dbog more than Final Stand Remastered. No hate to them, obviously, on Final Stand Remastered side. I just like this game more, and I think I want to explain why, so that way Final Stand Remastered can maybe take notes and improve, or, just to get my thoughts out, because I don't really have a tutorial idea for today. But before all that, our Bible verse of today is Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 10. Whoever loves money never has money enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with his income. This too is meaningless. This verse basically goes into a concept that us Catholics, or I guess not really Catholics, but philosophy in general, goes into about like levels of happiness. I won't go into it too much because it's a very complex topic, but the idea basically here is that earthly pleasures are only a temporary happiness, and you won't truly be fulfilled without God and His love, which you get by believing in Him and putting your faith in Him. So yeah, that's it for the Bible verse. So while we watch this fighting, it kind of is related to my first point about why I like Dbog more. Excuse me. But it's the combat, really. I like the combat more. Uh, I feel like Dbog's combat is more related to, or not related to, but feels more like Dragon Ball than Final Fantasy Remasters, which makes sense because it's based off Xenoverse 2 with slinging and all that. So it's just a personal preference, really. But with FSR, I felt like I was just kind of, playing, what's that game called? ABA, where you just do M1, 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 then a few moves, then M1, M1, M1. With this game, I don't know, I just like the vanishing. Like, you vanish, and then you try and get hits in, and then you stamina break them, and then you do a big ultimate attack on them while they're down. It just feels more like Dragon Ball to me. I feel like it's the closest to a Dragon Ball fight that we have currently. So that's it for that point. I think for my second point, it's going to be like appearance, or in general appearance, but also like just flair for the game. So this kind of has to do with graphics. I think FSR's graphics are more higher quality, but I prefer the simplistic look for DBOGs. This isn't really a point for them to improve on or whatever. It's just a personal preference of mine. But what I think they can improve on is the transformations. In DBOG, you kind of get like long cutscenes, like you have the option to. In Final Fantasy Remastered, you just kind of go into the form. There's not really any flair to it. Like with Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan 3, I'll use as an example for this game. Just take a look. But like we had that, like that was really cool. Like I loved that. Like it's such a cool cutscene to me. And other forms, especially I guess the path forms now, have really cool cutscenes too. But with FSR, you just don't have that. Even comparing forms that are in the game, so like ignoring Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan God. Here's Super Saiyan. It's a little older, so it's a little less quality, but still, like it's a whole cinematic animation. Like FSR is just missing that, and it seems minor, but to me it makes a difference. It makes that much of a difference for me. Like visual flair. The game feels more Dragon Ball. Like it goes back into that point basically. Then we have grinding. I think DBOG's grinding is leagues better. I don't feel like I'm, fighting NPCs that are 50 levels above me and like killing me over and over again, and then for like a 1 level reward. Like most story quests, for example, I think give like 2 to 3 levels, or like 5 levels maybe, and I don't know exactly, but around that I think. But then like they're on your level, so it feels like more skill based to me rather than just throwing myself at like a level 200 NPC and getting one shot and then just losing Zenny and EXP for it. and then leveling up one level when I finally succeed, like in FSR. That's more like end game an example with the Android 19 and 20, but you still see it in the early game. Like I think the Cyberman quest you do at like level 10, and they're like level 20. They're like in the level 20s. I'm pretty sure, or that might be an example. I might be wrong on that. I haven't played FSR in a hot minute, but I made it to like level 96. But yeah, the grind is just really slow. I like DBOG's more fast paced grind. I really hope they fix the grinding. And I don't have many points because this is off the dome. In case you can't tell with my few mistakes in speaking, so I apologize for that. But so I think my third point, and this might be my final point, unless I think of more, but I can't think of much else right now. Uh, Snake, I don't think he's a. I'm not gonna say Snake's bad dev. That's not true. I think he's pretty good. He made Final Stand after all, and the original Final Stand was really fun and all that. FSR is also fun in its own way, but I think uh, I think he has a gatekeeping problem. He will not tell us how you master your forms. We had to figure that out ourselves. And I think only just today or like the day before we actually finally figured out that like, oh, you have to Zenkai boost to master your forms better. Compared to like the devs here, where they'll like explain it to you to some capacity at least. Like I brought this up with someone else one time, too, and they were like, "Oh, well, Greg Gate kept pass," and it's like he did, but at least he told you like, "Oh, there's these NPCs that you have to talk to, and they'll be in a place related to that, to like where they're important for." Which you see in game, like Super Saiyan 4. That path is located on Planet Tuffle, which is where it happened in the show. Or Golden Frieza, it's in Hell. That quest is in Hell, and it's like that makes sense because that's where Frieza trained to perfect it, and he trained for gold after dying to Trunks, so it makes sense that he got it there. Or King Cold being for the Monsters Path being on the Frieza planet in space makes sense because that's a planet he owns. Super Saiyan God being located on Beerus' planet. You have to talk to the Oracle Fish. That's also pretty obvious as to why it's there. The whole legend was told by the Oracle. If Snake did paths, like if Snake owned DBOG, he would just not say anything. He would just say the forms were added, and then good luck, bro. Like that's my issue. Like he can't difficulty basically. Like I get he wants a hard game, but difficulty shouldn't come from just we won't tell you anything. It should come from the game actually being hard and requiring skill, which is what I feel like I get more in DBOG. I mean, to an extent, you can say that the combat and leveling up requires less skill in DBOG, but I feel like overall, I feel like I earned my grind in DBOG compared to FSR, where I just feel like I'm throwing myself at an NPC over and over again, dying and being tortured. It's just annoying. And I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I don't feel like I'm that bad at PvE in FSR. It's just annoying how like the enemies are so unnecessarily over leveled, and then you get one level for your fucking for your progress. It's just super true. But yeah, I think that's all the points. So I just wanted to get my thoughts out about both games and why I like DBOG over FSR. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Take care.